tonight. The snow has moved out of the St. Louis region. On the left, video from the Chesterfield Valley just hours ago. And now we're left with gusty winds and wet roads. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. All winter weather advisories have expired in Metro St. Louis. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us with what we can expect overnight, Scott.
Well, you know, Kelly, we actually have a few school closings north and west of St. Louis. They're on a list at ksdk.com or on the 5 on Your Side app. That's because north and west of town, we did see some snow accumulate, and we also have temperatures that are at or below freezing. That's creating a few slick spots as you get out of the metro area. For most of us in the metro, like this in Arnold, you're basically looking at some damp roads out there and very gusty winds with a few lingering flurries, and that's about it. As far as snowfall amounts, metro, not much, but we head up to Eolia, and Kathy shared this picture, almost 4 inches there. As you work farther north into Pike County, you get upwards of 6 to 7 inches as you work your way closer towards Hannibal. There's a look at the rain over in Centralia, over 2 inches of rain out of this system. Farther east and southeast of St. Louis, missing out on the snow pretty much altogether. Not much to show you on the radar tonight. It's gusty winds, and that's what it's going to be about for the remainder of the night. Our winds have been gusting to around 40 miles per hour. Right now, temperatures are still above freezing in St. Louis and points to the east. But looking back to the west, Warrenton's down to 31, 30 in Sullivan, 28 in Rolla. It's 30 down in Centerville. Even Farmington's down to 31. Those are the spots where we have a few slick areas tonight, especially watching those overpasses. Now, the flurries coming to an end. It remains quite windy with gusts 40 to 45 miles per hour. Hopefully that helps to dry out the roads a little bit. Our next weather system, it's arriving by Friday morning, and boy, is it going to bring some big changes our way. And that includes the potential of an Arctic outbreak and more snow. We'll see you in a few minutes with details on that, Kelly.
All right, Scott, let's go outside. Here's a live look at Interstate 70. This is just west of First Capitol Drive. You can see there's no rain or snow falling, but the roads are wet.
Yeah, there are some slick spots out there. So let's check in with our Laura Barczewski, who is on I-270 in North County in the Weather First Storm Tracker. So, Laura, I know there's not a lot of traffic, but how are things looking right now?
Well, Mike and Kelly, we're seeing still some slick roads. They are starting to dry out, though, as we've seen the system kind of move out. We're only seeing a snowflake or a drop here or there. Let's turn you around to the outside. Not too much traffic, as you mentioned, but we can still see the roads are still kind of slick and shiny out there. Any of the precipitation wasn't accumulating even on the grass. We didn't see that slush that we saw last week, but the wintry conditions across the state have caused some issues, according to the Missouri State Highway Patrol. As of this morning, they've had more than 1,200 calls for service, 488 stranded drivers, and 475 vehicle crashes. And tonight, Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell says he's not concerned about those areas refreezing, as the wind will likely dry up a lot of this in the saturated areas, but it never hurts, as he mentioned, to be cautious on those ramps and overpasses. As we look toward the weekend, we could be seeing an even bigger system come through, and MoDOT tells us today they're prepared and will have every available snowplow operator working 12-hour shifts until those major roads are clear as we head into the weekend. It's always a good idea to check MoDOT, the travel website, before leaving the house. Right now, the roads are looking pretty clear, and just go ahead and check that before you leave. Green and clear here in the St. Louis metro area. To the west, little bit more slushy out there. So keep in mind as you head out, and check that as we head into the weekend. Reporting live from the Storm Tracker, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
And of course, you can get the latest weather first forecast anytime. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355 and we'll send it straight to your phone. You can also stream all of our newscasts and the latest forecasts on 5 Plus. It's free to download on your Roku, Fire, or Apple TV.